I found it.
And what did you find?
I've been trying for the last year to find a bulk coloring page generator for intricate designs that don't leave messy, squiggly lines all over the place, and I finally found it. When I discovered the bulk art generator through Gemini in my last video, I thought, great, all I have to do is go straight to Gemini for this adult coloring book idea, and I won't have to do all the research and prep to find the right kind of image generator. But that's not what happened. I want to make beautiful adult coloring books with the same quantity and quality that I can a children's book. So I was shocked when I started with Gemini and it didn't give me what I needed. But what I ended up with was even better. Let me show you. Oh, and don't forget, I've got all of this written down for you on my website at reneeclancy.com. This is where we start. On Amazon, doing the research, I searched relaxing adult coloring book. We've been at this page before. We've done the Coco Wayo, bold, but you know which ones that I've done before and I've struggled though to make something on my own through AI are these mandala effect pattern books. Now, ends up I've had to purchase them through Etsy, which is fine. I love that option actually, using the private label resale rights and the master label resale rights. I've used all of those. That's awesome. But I want to find a way to make them on my own. So we have our traditional beautiful mandala type of books. Every time I have tried to make one of these, the lines end up really squiggly and messy, and they don't turn out clean the way I want to. So I struggled with this and I thought I really want to try to make this book. Here as we look closer, these are very clear lines. It's that mandala type of look and there's no random squiggly lines all over the place. So what I did was in my last video, like I said, I ended up using Google Gemini and I thought, okay, great. I'm going to start here first for those children's books that I made. Why wouldn't it work for the adult books? And this is what it made. I thought I would start with like some kind of positive words in the middle and I didn't end up doing positive words in the end. But look at what it made here. All of these lines here, not only are they low resolution, look at all these squiggly lines that don't lead to anywhere. The flowers are complete, but there are just a lot of unclean lines in here and I did not like the look of it. I tried it again, same thing. It just was not creating pretty clean lines. So I thought, okay, back to the drawing board. Let's see how I can make some pretty clean lines without using the master label resale rights or purchasing what someone else has already created. So I went to BookBolt, actually. Did you know that they now have an AI generator? Something worth giving a try. You click right here to the image generator. You can create, here's the prompt. You can change the style. So it's actually a really great option. I chose the coloring book option. I was looking to create something maybe with flowers that would go around the edge. And it did that, but I didn't like the grayscale in it. These are actually really nice, but I wasn't able to get it that intricate look that I wanted. And there was too much grayscale and I couldn't get rid of the grayscale. So I did a little research and then I found this new website that is called Litpal. So they actually have a variety of things you can do here. By the way, this is not a paid sponsorship. I found them and I really liked them, so I'm giving it a try. You can do a kids book generator, a nonfiction book generator, the coloring book generator. It was what we're going to work right now. They have a word search generator. They have a lot of options here. I think it's kind of a new platform. So the options and the settings will just keep expanding after this. But I really liked what it created. Let me show you what I did. So first, for the book title, this one it's just the way of organizing what I'm creating. So I did a patterns and mandala book. Now for that description, to help tell their AI what I want it to be, I actually ended up going to ChatGPT and I had it create the description for me. Come back here, I put it in here. Now here under the art style, These will, like the Bold and Easy, it made a beautiful Bold and Easy book. Clean lines, and I'm going to show you my examples that I had. Cartoon, cute, adorable, kid-friendly, or you could do realistic or adult. So I ended up doing this mandala extra intricate adult option. And right now, minimum of 10 pages that you can try. I believe they're going to be coming out with a test page soon. You could try 1 page. But here you then generate the coloring book, and this is what it created. It's perfect. So it made what I wanted, where it's intricate, the lines are complete. See, they do, like, you can actually color in these lines. These are open, but that's okay. As I go through all of them, again, here, the elephant lines, they're all connected. The flowers are connected. It's not just a whole bunch of squiggly lines, which was fabulous. Even up here on the border, this is something you can color. They're not just randomly generated lines. Look at the detail in here. It gave me a great variety. I said to concentrate on animal and nature pictures. It just gave me what I wanted, and it worked out really well. And it took less than 5 minutes for all 40 of these pages to generate. So it took about three minutes, and the max it can generate is 40 pictures. So I actually did 2 books. I generated 2 because I thought, well, what if there are some images that I don't want to use? Let's see. I still used the castle one. I thought that was great. This ended up being great. I think there were 1 or 2, just 1 or 2. See, look how great this is. I think there were just 1 or 2 that I didn't use. Maybe I didn't use this one because it wasn't detailed enough. But I wanted a variety to be able to use. So I generated 2 books and then kind of picked and chose the ones that I wanted. My next step here was to go over to Canva. Now I have pre-made, this is for a square, 8.5 by 8.5 square book. I have a template that already has 102 pages. Now remember, we need 102 pages because I have 50 coloring pages, a blank page. So this is my page on the front. This is the blank page on the back. But page 1 is the title page. Page 2 is the back of the title page, and I have a copyright on the back. I often have questions about the copyright. It's not required, and I have a lot of books that don't have it. I think it just gives an element of professionalism to the book. So that's why I've been very good about adding it lately. So here I have this as a template, my 8.5 by 8.5, and I just come in here and I make a copy. And that way I always have that 8.5 by 8.5 template. I don't have to recreate it the entire page, the entire time. It's 102 pages every time. Okay. And then I can just download this as a PDF. Now people ask, well, what's the quality level? So I do a PDF standard print for the inside covers because it's black and white. I don't need a super, super high resolution. But for the cover, that's what I download as the PDF print because I want it to be a higher resolution. Let me show you what I did for the cover page. Here is my cover calculator. Now, because I make so many books that are 102 pages, 8.5 by 8.5 by 11, I don't have to do this every time. I'm going to show you how I do it. But all I do is, again, I have a template with the downloaded cover, and I just make a copy. And so it's already done. I don't have to go through all those steps. It just makes the process so much faster. So let me show you how to do this though. Okay, so here, oh, nope, I want it paperback, black and white paper, left to right, even though we're doing pictures, so it doesn't really matter. Inches, I'm going to come down here to 8.5 by 8.5, my 102 pages. And then when you calculate the dimensions, it downloads a PDF for you and a PNG. So that's what I uploaded to here. I put it on the top. I lower the transparency so that as I'm building this page, I can make sure everything is centered around what the parameters are for this particular book. For the cover, I got to admit, I'm not very good at coming up with my own original cover ideas. I have to start with what someone else has made and then kind of adjust it and make it my own and edit it accordingly. So I start there and then adjust. So let me show you what I did. So here in Canva, I typed in coloring book mandala cover under the templates. And then this is what came up. So obviously it has some great ideas here. You could take one of these and adjust it. but I really wanted to find something that was going to be inspiring and make it a beautiful cover. What I found was I really liked this, that the mandala was in the middle and then the words were dead center. So I thought, okay, I can do that. So I thought I got to color the picture now. I uploaded one of the JPEG examples that I liked the most that I wanted for the cover. It was the tree. And I said, okay, color these with colored pencils. Oh, I went to Gemini, and then make sure you click down here, the Nano Banana, because that's their image generator. Okay, I thought that was beautiful. I loved it. I assume most people are going to be coloring these if it's an adult coloring book with colored pencils. So I thought it was gorgeous. And then I said, okay, remove the background. Didn't really work. So I then re-uploaded it and said, remove everything but the tree. And this is what I got. So here I started playing around with that. I brought over the tree. I got some mandala graphics, and I just didn't like it. It just was not flowing for me. And how do you know when to give up? When things don't flow. When do I change and start over? When I feel like I keep hitting a wall and it just isn't looking pretty. So that's when I went and looked at the cover examples. I went back and I looked at this and I thought, okay, what are some of the elements they have there? And that's when I thought, I started over and I saw that example. I uploaded this and then I put a white box here. I went here to the text. I've been using this one a lot lately. I used this one, okay, and I changed the color, and I thought, okay, I like that. Once it feels right, I'm like, yes, it's bold. It's going to grab attention. It's the color I want. And I thought it looked good, so I moved forward with it. And then I thought, I need those colors to be brighter. It was a beautiful matte finish, but I wanted them really to pop on the page. So I went back to Google and I said, color it in with markers. So it did. And I thought that was much better. And I liked it a lot more. The colors pop a lot more on the page. So I went ahead and completed that. I love to put examples on the back. So these were my uploads. I just dragged and dropped one right there. And I knew everything was going to be proportioned correctly because I have that template there. So now I lower the transparency on the template and I go to download PDF print because that's a higher quality. Change RGB because RGB is just for digital to CMYK. These are the colors. I believe it's, correct me if I'm wrong, cyan, magenta. That's more than just yellow, right? And then it's all the print colors. That's CMYK. Put it down in the comments if you know what that means. It's for professional printing. So that's going to be a higher quality. Now let's jump on over to KDP and I'll show you how I uploaded everything. I went to ChatGPT and it created all of this for me. I just gave it the title and I gave it the subtitle. Okay. And then from there, it created the description for me. And now if it doesn't create this exact description for you, like exactly what you want the first time, is it your first or second time doing this? I've created so many of these books that my ChatGPT, it's called like training your bot or training your AI, that it kind of knows my standard of expectation. So it knows the 50 pages and the patterns, and it knows to use keywords and all of those things. So eventually your AI will be trained enough to kind of produce more of what you want. Okay, went down here. I know that these type of coloring books for grown adults, that there's a separate category for them. So I was sure to check those. I'm working on my keyword phrasing. Make sure it's not too long. I think I was doing long tail key phrases that were a little too long recently. So I shortened them a little bit. I had ChatGPT create the keywords that don't repeat and that are linked with the SEO, search engine optimization. And let's go on from there. It has an ISBN because it's a coloring book, black and white interior, 8.5 by 8.5. Yes, I have a bleed on it because some of those images go right to the very edge and I wanted there to be a little bit of extra room around the edge. I'm doing glossy on the cover for this one because I really think it'd be pretty with those bright colors. I uploaded the manuscript and then separately the PDF cover. Now here, none of the text there's no text inside of it, so I didn't say AI was done with that, but the images were done with Dolly. I believe that in Litpal, I believe that's what they use. Then let's launch the previewer. Here we go. It worked out great. So I think that cover is really bold and bright. The back images really show an example of what's on the inside. Mindfulness coloring book. And then it goes through all of them. I think it turned out fabulous. Let's talk about price. Now, this particular book is 50 pages. It is $9.99. But look at how well known it is. This is the one that's making like $15,000 a month. It has almost 5,000 5 out of 5 star reviews. It's a great book. I don't think I can price myself this high because this is a really popular book. I don't want to price myself out of the market when people say, well, I can get this other one that has a lot of reviews and a lot of history. So let's see how much I'm going to make if I price this at $6.95. 64 cents. I want to make a little more than that. Let's do $7.95. Yep, I'm okay with $1.14 on each one. I think that works out great. And let's publish. There you have it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I check my comments every week so I can help you out. And don't forget, head on over to my website. I've got all of these details written down for you. I take my transcript from the video and I export it into a blog post for you to be able to follow. So if you have any questions, also head on over there and the steps are over there.